everyone, welcome to Treya Tarot. This is the collective message for July 15th, 2024. It's Monday morning, and it is the day of the Mars-Uranus conjunction. So far, everything I've heard about this has talked about expecting the unexpected. It's transiting my 12th house, so I have some interesting stuff coming up about the past. I wonder how many other people are also experiencing that. So I'm just going for my trusty Morgan-Greer today. And we'll see what comes up for today's energy, okay? While you're at it, please like, subscribe, and comment. It helps the channel, and I'm looking to get out there and talk to more people, so please do that if you feel so inclined, and thank you. Wow. Whew. All right, so I knew today would come up a little intense off the bat, but it seems like the thing that we are letting go of, the thing that we're ending, is the battle, something we've been battling over, something that we've been carrying with us that's been very, very stressful. We're not waiting, we're not holding anymore. It's actually time. It's time to let go of any false hopes. It's time to do the practical aspects of healing. That Four of Pentacles tells me that, again, something's being said, something's coming out, being told, revealed, something that's been withheld. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean it's a negative thing, although the star tells me that it might end a particular hope for something. So maybe you're finding out the truth about somebody you think you have feelings for, or maybe you're finding out the truth about a past situation that was very painful, or very stressful. Yeah, putting down the burden. Some of us are moving on from particular potential romantic situations or relational situations that we thought would be much more beautiful than they were. We're putting down the burden of carrying all the work. I'm going to say this comes across with some themes that are normally associated or usually associated with, I don't want to use the words, but empaths or people who tend to take on other people's emotional states as their own. I'll say it this way. This comes across as something being said, which ends the hope for a future relationship. So don't be surprised if relationships fall by the wayside this week, especially if they're relationships that you really had you've put a lot of work into and you've tried really hard, but have never turned out to be reciprocal. Don't be surprised if you're finally understanding, if you are part of the group that is processing the narcissism and empathy dichotomy, the empath-narcissist dichotomy. I could see a whole bunch of people who identify as empaths turning around and going, this no longer suits me. This dichotomy is no longer appropriate for my life situation. So there's that. There's also the revealing of a secret or the revealing of a truth that was hidden from you that changes how you view something that happened in the past. This is very interesting to me. A lot of the time the Three of Rods comes up, or Three of Wands, depending on your deck, comes up as a as an answer, as finally seeing your need being met or seeing your answer coming into focus. But it's reversed here, so it's almost like the answer you think is true, or the answer you've held as true for a very long time, turns out to be not the truth. So, all these reversals. I'm really enjoying reversals right now, so, you know. It's funny because it almost feels like this reorientation gets you back to yourself. This secret that's revealed brings you back home to something that you thought you had left behind. And I can't tell if it's external or internal, because that mix of the pentacles and the rods cards tells me that it could be both. This is very interesting. You know, the eight of cups is usually about leaving behind something that you've built for something better, but this is about returning to something. So I feel like this return, this reemergence of something from the past brings you back home to yourself in a way that helps you move forward in a totally new way. So it's like revisiting an old thing to create something new. Yeah, there's that release. Page of Pentacles. This is reading very clear to me as the end of you working towards something. It's the end of you. It's a dedication ended, I guess is the best way I can describe it. Something you are putting a close to this week is something, even though you've held it for a really, really long time, you're putting it down and it's freeing you. Even though you've worked at something, or worked at a relationship, or worked at a skill, or even though you've dedicated so much of your time and effort and energy into something, you are now thinking of what else your energy could be better applied to. There's, I would say, soft tones of heartbreak here, meaning it's familiar heartbreak. It's things that you know have been painful already, that you're resigning and putting away. I want to pull a few more because of today. Today is just so intense that I feel like I want to pull a little bit more. I almost want to feel sad about the endings, but I can't. It's it feels like these endings are so important and so necessary to our growth. As the cards don't meet. That it's important that we allow the endings to fall away, that we make the space and make the room for what's coming after this. I feel like I had heard somebody talk about it this morning as destiny shows up. It's one of the readers I watch. If I can remember who it was that said it, I will put their video in the description box. But there's something about destiny, and that is the best way I can describe it. There is this destined aspect and quality to this week's transits that make me feel sort of melancholy or like bittersweet, even though I know that it might come across as a little bit more. Oh, that shuffle. The cards are sticking. I wonder what that's about. All right, bottom of the deck. 7 of Rods. What are you fighting for? Again, what are you standing up for? Are you standing up for yourself? Are you standing up for what you really believe in? The wound healed. The wound is healing. The Tower reversed. Oh. It almost feels like something's coming back together, but it's an unexpected coming back together. It's a healing process of an old wound because you're met with the past that doesn't result in the type of situation you would have expected from it. Courage, the home space, the heart space. Queen of Rods is lighting an internal fire of some kind. She's always taking care and nurturing. Someone is going to get to speak their mind on something that they have been holding on to for a long, long time. And it ends a very long wound, long-held wound. That King of Pentacles keeps coming up over and over and over again. I love the King of Pentacles energy because I feel like it's how we're translating our earthly experience. But the this second row here to me just rings as a reversal of an overturning or reversal of the situation that was. So if it was a damaging relationship, it's you meeting someone new that is incredibly healthy for you. If it was a damaging work situation, it's you finding your calling and purpose. If it was poverty, it's finding riches and abundance. If it's almost as though the wound healing overturns the situation that feels like it's been the thing in your way. help. Oh, good. Start paying attention to the ways in which you are taken care of right where you are. The Six of Pentacles, that help, that it's either help you're giving or help you're receiving, but it's unexpected. So it can be this quality of, I have resources where I thought there were none. The Nine of Cups reversed in the Chariot reverse tells me that that even through the dark situations, or the situations that feel like an era of, or like Dark Night of Soul, quite a kind of experience, or how do I say this? So I'll talk it out. The Nine of Pentacles, or the Nine of Cups, is contentment. Upright, it's about a wish fulfillment. So it feels almost like you're losing something, but you're losing something for freedom, for an internal sense of freedom. And it's almost being gifted to you in a sense by the universe. That Chariot's about self-driven transcendence, right? So reverse, to me, it tells me that this overturning of a wish is actually the universe protecting you from something. It's helping you out by keeping you from something you think you want. Yeah. It's almost beautiful, but at the same time, a little intimidating and intense in a way that feels like we may not know right off the bat. We may not see right away how this is going to turn into a good thing, but by the end of the week, we'll have a better picture on how that's turning something around. The Strength reversed and the Seven of Pentacles upright. You can let go now. You can go into the flow. You don't have to assert yourself the same way. The tones of karmic justice here are obvious to me. The Seven of Pentacles tells me that, especially facing the Strength card that way, it's that it's now done. We're going to be seeing the results of whatever work we've been doing. So the aspect of karma here is that we will be clear on exactly how we engaged and what it what was sown from it, I guess is the best way to say that. If you treated people with kindness, if you did your best to process your issues, if you worked towards healing, you will see good things happen over the next week to 2 weeks. If you treated people terribly and were forced to, only show your more difficult attributes, that kind of thing, by your circumstances, you may find that you come up against places where you'll need to apologize or, come to terms with the effect you've had on others, because you're going to come in close contact with that effect on you. The Magician, it's all done. That's the interesting part. We're changing stories. We're jumping timelines. We are putting a close to probably decades worth of content and experiences in our lives that will irrevocably change how we move forward. This is really intense energy, but it feels like it's going to be really good in the end. And I can't explain that better than that. It's that if you're willing to face, with that Strength reverse, if you're willing to face the things that were more uncomfortable in your experience, the people that were more uncomfortable for you to process through or deal with or engage with, if you are willing to face this from a standpoint of, I know what my truth is, I know what I've done, I'm responsible for myself and my actions, I know where I need to make amends. I know where I need to assert myself. If you come to it with that kind of self-awareness, you'll find that this turns out really well for you. That this whole experience this week, whatever's difficult that comes up to be let go of, will turn out in your best interest if you are really honest and you're really aware of what you've created for yourself. If you're not, it might feel kind of harsh. It might take something away from you that's very that you care very deeply about or that you're very invested in an effort to free you up to learn how to be better. So, interesting collective experience. I hope everyone has a good week, or the best possible week they can. I hope everyone gets through this well and with, a deep sense of connection with someone or with multiple people. I hope that this brings us closer together, because that's what I hope for everything all the time. Always wishing for your best. So have a good day. I'll see you tomorrow.